Today I have the Jazza Customize kit, and in here we have everything that we need to customize to our heart's content. Now Jazza in his video customized the tiny little skateboards that are in here and made a little skate park, but I'm gonna one-up him by at least 10% in size and customize this full-size old skateboard that most definitely needs a facelift. So the first thing I need to do is get the trucks off this thing and get the whole thing nice and sanded down and completely smooth and getting prepped for paint. When sanding, I started with my circular sander to get the bulk of the paint off, and then finished with a hand sanding block to get any of the micro scratches out. Alright, so now that everything is nice and smooth and clean. Ooh. As I was saying, everything was nice and smooth, so it was time to add some paint. And while that paint dries, it's time to get to the design process. I wanted the piece to have this urban street art feel, but I also wanted to kind of keep it in the controlled chaos look of skateboard deck art. So I came up with this idea of a spray can with a face with one eyeball, because why not? And a paint-like monster hand that is coming up from the bottom. But I think the paint is dry out in the garage, so let's grab the skateboard and bring it up here for some paint marker work. So normally when it comes to me painting these types of things, I like to outline the piece first with the black marker to kind of give myself a border to work in. These markers are designed though to paint over each other, so I do lose some of the lines in the process of filling in the color. So it probably seems like it's a waste of time to do the lines twice, but for me I find it much more beneficial to have those lines initially in there to work with. Now I will be leaving a link to the Jazza box in the description down below, as well as a link to his video where he goes into all the items that are in this kit. Personally, this kit is made for someone just like me. I tend to customize a lot of stuff like my gaming PC GameCube or my Crash Bandicoot themed PlayStation. So having a kit that is all about finding things in your home that you can make into a one-of-a-kind piece is just awesome to me. And after this video is done, I actually have some other videos planned where I'm going to be customizing other things that are in my office that are just collecting dust and are definitely in the need of some artistic saving. So make sure you subscribe to see more of those type of videos in the future. Now you might be wondering if the marble markers in this Jazza kit are as good as the Posca markers, and in all honesty they work just as well in coverage and application. The only real difference is really with the fine liners. The fine liner tips on the Yono are a little bit wider than the tips on the fine liner Posca markers. Speaking of the Posca markers, I tried my best not to use any of my Posca markers that I currently have to make this piece, except for the purple color. I could have mixed a purple color that worked for me, but I did cheat to save myself a little bit of time and did use the Posca marker for the dark purple section. Don't come at me in the comment section though, this is 98% done with just the markers in this box. Now real quick, I really want to thank my patrons who help support the work that I do. If you want to help support this channel and get some updates on videos and art as I'm working on them, be sure to check out the link below and join the amazing people on the screen right now. One thing that I wish I still knew how to do was ride a skateboard well, because I wanted to show this board off in action, but no one really wants to see a 30-some-year-old man who hasn't done a trick in a skateboard for like 15 years break his hip when trying to do a kickflip or even an ollie at this point. And I am pretty sure my wife does not want to rush me to the hospital for attempting it either. So sorry everyone, the most you're gonna get is a little zoomy action on the skateboard. Also, I know I completely defaced this Tony Hawk skateboard, but Tony, if you're watching and you want this skateboard, it's yours. Who am I kidding? Tony's not gonna see this. Okay, with awkward moments out of the way, I think it's about time we have an epic time lapse. Hit it! Okay, with all the paint and shadows and highlights looking super sharp, I think it's about time we get this thing finished up and get the final line work on this piece and get some sealer on this bad boy, and we'll be ready for that sweet, sweet final reveal. Alright everyone, the skateboard is all done and it's found its permanent spot on the wall behind me, which, to be honest, is probably the safest spot for it to be. But if you want to get this box for yourself and try to do customization stuff around your house on your own, make sure to check out the link down below for that box. And if you want to see a video where I turned a GameCube into a mini fridge, check out the link on the screen right now. And remember, like always, keep drawing, and until next time, bye!